Did you ever wonder what actually happens in heaven when you pray just one Hail Mary? It sounds simple, right? Just a few lines, a prayer you've said 100 times without thinking much about it. But what if the real action is happening where you can't see it up in heaven itself? Here's a truth most people completely ignore. Every single time you say Hail Mary, you start a chain reaction in the spiritual world that's more powerful than anything you could imagine. The words may sound ordinary coming out of your mouth, but what's going on above? That's far from ordinary. Let's get right to it. Picture yourself, maybe at home, maybe in a church, maybe walking down the street, quietly whispering, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. The words barely register with you. Maybe your mind drifts. Maybe you don't even know why you're praying. But the moment your lips speak those words, Mary herself hears you. The Queen of Heaven stops and listens, no matter where you are or how distracted you might be. If you think I'm exaggerating, let's check what the saints said. Saint Louis de Montfort wrote that every Hail Mary prayed with attention and love is like handing Mary a beautiful rose. But even when you're distracted, the prayer is never wasted. Mary still receives it and takes it seriously, because you called her by name and she's a real mother who cares every single time. Here's a wild fact. The words, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, come straight from the mouth of the Archangel Gabriel. You are literally repeating heaven's own greeting. When you say it, you're joining your little voice to the first moment God invited Mary to bring Jesus into the world. No matter who you are, you're connected to the moment the story of salvation began. And guess what? The angels in heaven notice. Church tradition and the stories of saints like Saint Gertrude say that the angels actually celebrate when you pray the Hail Mary. Think about that for a second. Heaven itself gets louder, brighter, more joyful every single time one person on earth quietly says this prayer. Why? Because you're showing love to their queen. The Hail Mary is a cosmic shout out to God's favorite daughter. But it doesn't stop there. Mary doesn't just smile and move on. She takes your prayer, no matter how clumsy or distracted you may be, and presents it to Jesus. She doesn't just read your words, she reads your heart. Even if you're tired, stressed, doubting, or just trying to get the words out, Mary perfects your prayer before she gives it to her son. She covers your weaknesses with her love, then goes straight to Jesus and says, Look, my child is asking for help. Here's something powerful. The Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches that Mary's intercession is unique. She's not God, but she can bring our prayers to him in a way no one else can. That's why so many miracles have happened through one simple Hail Mary healing. Conversions, protection in danger, even heroic moments during war. Just look at the stories from history. Soldiers in battle, prisoners in jail, mothers struggling with their children. So many lives have turned around after one humble Hail Mary. All because Mary heard and acted. Want proof? Let's talk about real stories. Saint Dominic, the founder of the Rosary, once saw demons leave a possessed person the instant a Hail Mary was prayed with love. Padre Pio, the famous modern saint, handed out the Hail Mary to everyone, children, adults, skeptics, people on their deathbeds, because he knew it was effective. Even people who barely cared about faith found peace and hope just by whispering those words. The power isn't in you. It's in heaven's response. There's a deep theological reason behind all this. When you pray to Mary, you're asking her to pray for you, now and at the hour of our death. That's not just a slogan. Mary is Mother of the Church. When you ask her to pray, she never ignores you, not even for a second. No matter how busy you are, how sinful or unworthy you feel, just one sincere Hail Mary puts you right into her arms. You become her responsibility, and she does not let go. The saints also teach that with every sincere, humble Hail Mary, God pours out grace's real spiritual fuel for your soul. You might not see an amazing change right away. Sometimes you won't feel anything. But in the eyes of God, each Hail Mary is another brick laid in the foundation of your spiritual life. Even if you pray distracted, even if you feel empty, the act of turning to Mary brings light and protection. The effect isn't just spiritual. Catholics have witnessed physical miracles too. From unlikely healings to protection from disasters, thousands of stories fill church history. During the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, 8 Jesuit priests survived right near Ground Zero. They said it was because they prayed the Rosary and Hail Mary daily. Science couldn't explain it, but faith could. The Hail Mary isn't a magic spell. God is not a vending machine. But the prayer, sincerely offered, draws you closer to heaven. You step into a conversation already in progress. The saints, the angels, Mary herself, all greeting you and cheering you on. The devil hates the Hail Mary because he knows its power. Saint Louis de Montfort said it attacks him like a hammer blow. Every time someone prays it with trust, the devil loses ground. That's why temptation sometimes gets worse when you start praying more. You're literally making hell nervous. Don't underestimate what your little prayer can do. Spiritual things often work quietly and slowly, like seeds growing underground. But something always happens. Grace comes down to you. You build a relationship with Mary and her Son, and with time, these prayers shape who you are and how you handle life's battles. And if you want to know what happens in heaven, picture this: you mutter a Hail Mary and heaven stands still. God the Father sees you reaching out. Jesus smiles at his mother, knowing she's asking for you. Angels take your prayer upward. Mary leans in close, loving and listening and turning to Jesus for you. Every time, no matter how small it seems. Want to change your day and maybe your life? Start with one Hail Mary. Stop worrying about doing it perfectly. Don't sweat distractions. Just say it with your heart as best you can. Maybe today it's just the first few words. Maybe tomorrow you'll finish the prayer. But every time it matters more than you'll ever see on earth. So next time you feel alone, lost, scared, or just don't know what to say, try this. Pray one Hail Mary, knowing heaven itself reacts every single time. Hit subscribe if this made you see prayer and heaven a little differently.